Hey there, before we get started, the Machine of Nonsense, I've got a little bit of a correction for this episode. So, in this episode, we talk a lot about Poor Things, and we say it's coming out September 8th. Well, due to the writer's strike, we're actually getting that December 8th. So swap September 8th for December 8th. We'll have Poor Things probably on our What's Coming Up in December episode. And now to the show. Hey there, it's the Machine of Nonsense, episode 139, and what's that? I see a symbol in the sky.
Men Fender's Men Symbol! Oh no. Here we are.
That's right. The Men Fenders are men sembling. I'm your host, Eric.
Sorry to drag you into this, Ryan, but
you found me.
You're in the Men Fenders.
It's a very special episode because Kayla's not here yet, so it's the Men Fenders. It's your host, Eric, joined by Mike.
Hello, long time no see, Eric.
Yes.
And long time no see for Ryan, literally.
And Ryan.
A long time no see for realsies this time.
Yeah, me and Mike just recorded last night. This is probably the quickest turnaround on recordings here. As I said, Kayla will be along in a little while, but we're doing our What's Coming Up in September episode. So it's me, Mike, and Ryan starting this one off. Before we get to that, Ryan, it's been too long. What you been up to, man?
It's been up to, Baldur's Gate 3. That's all
nice.
I can say. Baldur's Gate 3, New Goers expansion, One Piece live actions, like promotion stuff coming out, really exciting, and that's about it for now. Baldur's Gate's my life.
Yeah, how many do you got an hour count at this point on Baldur's Gate?
I think about 20, 30 hours now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's solid. That's reasonable. I thought, you would have said like 130 or something like that.
No. Isadora play it twice a week, and we do about 2 to 3 hour sessions, and taking it slow. Just it's a game to like soak in. Don't rush it. Don't play like Diablo. It's not that kind of game. Amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. We'll be talking about that in just a little while, I think, in our September podcast. When I just thought, so Ryan surprised us. I didn't think we were going to get Ryan on this episode. It's a great surprise. I thought it'd be a wonderful time to talk Sorcerer, 1977
Ooh.
Sorcerer, Mike.
Hell
We
yeah.
haven't had a chance to talk about William Friedkin's R.I.P. 1977 Sorcerer. Describe Sorcerer for the audience, Mike.
Set mainly in South America. It is 4 guys who all have their own reasons to need out of South America or to get as much money as possible. So they get involved in this scheme to transport dynamite, like very unstable dynamite, through the jungles of South America. And it's just it just kicks ass. I don't know. It's just the practical stuff that they do. There's these really harrowing, just remarkable how did they do it scenes with these giant trucks. They look like fucking George Lucas, like Skywalker Ranch created these monsters, but they're like just real trucks that have existed. They give them so much character with like sorcerers painted on the side of one of them. That's where the name of the movie comes from. And it's just great. There's not a lot of dialogue and acting and through most of, there is there's a lot of just face stuff, frustration, these guys doing anything it takes to succeed in this mission. Not a lot of notable actors in it. Roy Scheider from Jaws is one of the main characters. And man, if you're just looking for if you're into directors that really crafted something and made something, like he had to fight tooth and nail to get the budget he needed for this thing. It went way over budget. It like transferred studios at one point, so like it didn't get any of the marketing or anything. No one believed in this movie at all, and it's really like a treasure of the 70s that I don't think a lot of people know about.
Original man fenders. My God, that sounds wild.
It's really cool. It's on YouTube for free if you just want to watch it. I will say there's a whole section that's in French, and in the YouTube cut, if you turn the subtitles on, they're in like I think Polish. I think.
Right up.
Yeah. So if you don't know French or Polish, it's a little tough, but quite good movie. I always say that movies started in 1979 with Alien, and this one's not better than Alien, or not going to change my stance, but it's definitely worth checking out. Even though it doesn't make the cut, but you can definitely tell it's the same dude who did The Exorcist. Like, this is a movie about people getting fucked up. Like, there is a ton of violence and a ton of
I can tell. Listen to this cast. You got an Arab bomber terrorist. You have a Mexican assassin. You've got an old German former Nazi. Like, what? What's going on in this film? This sounds crazy.
It starts off wild because it starts off with 4 little vignettes of like to introduce these characters, and they're all just doing like super violent, right away you're introduced to like these are 4 bad dudes. Like, these are not guys you're really gonna be rooting for, but then you kind of do. Like, because they go through some shit in the like Nicaraguan jungle, and it's a ride. It's good. It's got some 70s funk to it, and I don't mean like the music. I mean the like they haven't really figured out how to cut films. But I will say I text Mike as soon as I like started watching it. The move from film to digital was probably a bad idea. Like, this movie looks really
gorgeous.
Pretty. Like,
yeah, apparently there's a Blu-ray that they released, and it's the best way to watch it. I rented it on Prime. I don't know if that's the same or not, but man,
just 77. They put some
pretty
money
movie.
like $6 million. No, sorry, $22 million budget for a 77 film.
It looked like it. Like it. I mean, like I said, It was beautiful to look at. Like the like film of it all was really good.
It's all shot in the junk. Like it's there. It's not on a studio lot. It was like hell to make. Apparently, Schneider was like hated Friedkin towards the end of this shit, and apparently Schneider was just not a cool dude to be around during any of this film, in the hot, steamy jungles. But it's pretty cool. It was nice to, cross it off the bucket list that came off of the backlog email that we had a couple episodes ago. And it led me down like a trail of like, oh, I want to like, is there a good pod, to go with this? I listened to Mark Maron's interview with Friedkin from a few years back. R.I.P. Friedkin, and I don't know. I really, really dug it. I really enjoyed this movie a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was real good. That's like the last thing that I've checked out that we haven't already talked about. I guess me and Kayla have been playing a lot of Diablo. All the sitcoms we've been checking out.
I saw a film today.
Okay. Oh, you told me. Yeah. How was Oppenheimer?
Yeah. I liked it.
Yep.
It didn't like blow my socks off, but I'm like, okay, this is neat. Like, I get it. Like, our government, it had a lot of Metal Gear Solid 3 vibes for me. Just the way
really did
Oppenheimer and the boss kind of are, heroes and scapegoats all in one, and just some really great performances in it. Kenneth Branagh, who we'll talk about later, I thought was really great. Like, and he's not any like. There's just people who are in it for one scene, and you're like, oh, look at that guy. Oh, wow, he's in this, and really dug it.
Yeah,
really liked it.
I agree. There's a lot of mic drops in that movie. It's just like, okay, that's all they had. That's it. That's fantastic.
Yeah, Rami Malek just showing up being like a butler or something. I don't know what his deal is.
Well, he was another scientist, and yeah, he shows up kind of in the 11th hour. I get the Downey buzz a bit. I like Downey.
I thought he was really good.
I would still have Goss over Downey myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so. I think Downey's not doing as much as Ryan Gosling's doing in Barbie. I mean, like he's doing everything.
I think people are having such a whiplash of, oh fuck, that's right. He's not just Robert Downey Jr. He can act. Like, you know, coming from Marvel, and it's good. It's good. It's good. I wasn't, you know, totally blown away by it.
I feel like it was a Robert Downey Jr. like you said, I haven't had in a very long time, and it was refreshing. And it's like kind of took me back. I was like, oh shit, okay, he's just not Iron Man, you know.
Yeah, because even right before Iron Man, like Zodiac, like he's still kind of the same dude. Like in Zodiac, he's kind of Tony Stark a little bit.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
70s Robert Downey.
Right. So he is not that in Oppenheimer at all.
Saying that, I think Matt Damon was the worst part of this movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, interesting.
I thought he was kind of not even in the same decade or like I don't know, just the way he was delivering these lines. I don't know. It just felt so foreign from how everyone else seems so of that era, and he just stuck out to me. I don't know, and he's in a lot of the movie.
He is.
He's like co-lead, and I don't know. Everyone else just really great. I thought Emily Blunt even. Like her character just gets more and more to chew on. Yeah. And very good. Always great to see Florence Pugh.
Always.
And you get to see her in this one.
Always amazing. Little tidbit for Flo. Apparently she's in the running for Rapunzel, and God, I hope that happens.
Okay.
That sounds amazing.
Rapunzel. Huh. You know, there's that Tangled movie that everyone likes. That's Rapunzel, right?
Yeah, no, that's the one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff. Yeah. Put Florence Pugh in everything. Doesn't matter. She's always the best part. Even Don't Worry, Darling. What a disappointing movie. But
that's pretty much. I'm just getting geeked for Sea of Stars tomorrow. The reviews are coming in. Wasn't expecting a 90 from this one, but it looks like guess I'll take it. Like it's sitting at like a 92 or 94 or something like right now. So
yeah. Chrono inspired is the buzzword. So
absolutely, they're not denying that. Like, so just an absolutely gorgeous game. I've watched like Kyle Hilliard's review on Game Informer. I watched the video on that, and because he's kind of the, you know, as far as like a throwback RPG. If he's into it, like that kind of tells me, you know, I'm going to be into it too. And he gave it a 9. So
that's awesome.
Mr. Greg Miller was raving about it today, and I was like, oh wow, okay, maybe another.
And Greg doesn't fuck with fucking RPGs.
I know, it's weird.
That's interesting. Must be awesome. I can't wait.
Only if I was an astronomer. I
like the demo. So.
I saw about a 30-hour runtime, which is nice. I was hoping it wasn't, you know, too big there. Because I think like Chained Echoes, another like throwback RPG that I really liked last year. I think that was over 30 hours, and it got a little stale near the end, where I was like, man, this could have wrapped up a little more cleanly. So 30 feels about right for like something that's trying to be like an SNES RPG kind of thing. So that's awesome. Yeah, Sea of Stars, that's coming to Game Pass and PS Plus, right? Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm gonna play it on PlayStation.
I don't know. I think I like the Xbox controller better, just in terms of the two controllers. So I don't know. Maybe I'll download it on both. I have the power.
I don't know. Starfield took up so much of my
Oh,
my hard
right.
drive. So.
Yeah. I did have to uninstall
It's a big one.
couple things. Yeah.
And I'm
Got a
sure
couple.
day one it's going to even take just as much.
I mean, Boulders is just as big, man. Like it's, oh, I mean, it's the year of big games, right? Jedi Survivor for me was like 150 gigabytes.
Huge.
You got Starfield coming. Boulders is huge. It's just like, oh my god, I need a bigger hard drive.
We got to do like a year like comparison. Like maybe we can do it for all three TV, movie, and games, but like just to compare this year to other
old
big
timers?
years, like the '98, the 2007
Oh, wow.
kind of thing. You know.
Yeah, that'd be great.
that's gonna that has to happen because I think there's a good chance this goes down in top 3 maybe or
I
something.
think it
all
already
time.
would be if we ended
Yeah.
the year today, even
Wow.
the day before, Sea of Stars and a week before Starfield. It's really good. I don't know. We're embarrassment of riches this year. Tough to keep up with it all is really the only complaint I can have. I'm not. I know towards game of the year time, I think we're all going to have very different lists. And
I think so too. I mean, I told myself this year, you need to like actually consume stuff and just not a couple of things a year. I've been trying, and so like you said, it's so hard to keep up. There's just so much all the time. Where do I find the time?
Yeah,
for
it's
free
insane.
time.
Yeah, and I try to do it in all 3 categories. I watch a lot of TV, watch a lot of movies, and play try to play a lot of games. And it's just like I could easily fill either of the. I could fill all my time with either of the categories.
Right.
And it's insane.
So much.
Yeah.
So much. And to kind of just talk about like how much we're getting this year with the writer's strike and everything happening. Who knows when we'll get another like okay year? I think the next couple years will just be just all right. We'll have a couple big hitters, but like nothing like this year. Definitely not.
Yeah, I'm kind of almost relishing it a little bit. I'm like, okay, maybe like the beginning of next year will be really slow, and I can use that to like catch up, get some backlog stuff going. But I don't know. I want people to work, and I want new stuff to come out too. So I hope the strike goes well for everyone. Hope they get a nice big contract for all the writers. September?
Let's go.
September.
I'm ready for fall, baby. Hit me.
Oh, don't say that word. That's a 4-letter word. Ugh, I am not ready for fall. September. We've been mentioning a lot of games coming up, and September's no different. But we start off with 2 films. The Equalizer 3 coming to theaters September 1st, and Bottoms also coming to theaters September 1st. The Equalizer 3, I've never seen any of the Equalizer films. I've heard they're actually pretty cool. They look like pretty solid, decent action movies, but I saw that Dakota Fanning's in this one, and I just wanted to note that the Man on Fire connection, the Denzel Dakota Fanning.
I think they're totally winking at that for sure.
And
what's that, probably like 20 years later, right, or something?
Yeah, just pretty close. Yeah, I think so. And that gets me. I don't know. I love Man on Fire. I think it's one of Denzel's like maybe more underrated like kind of performances or movies. I think people dig it, but I don't know that it comes up in conversation enough in regards to
no
to
inside
Denzel.
man.
Right? Yeah, I don't think it comes up like that, and I think it's right up there. He's looking a little old, I would say, Denzel. But I think he can still do it. I think he's still gonna kill all those guys that he kills in the trailer.
Hell yeah! I caught the trailer today at Oppenheimer, and it was one of the best trailers out of the 15 that I saw. So,
Yeah. Do you think so?
This movie looked pretty dope. I don't know. I've always wanted to dip my toe into Equalizer and just kind of haven't yet. Rewatchables tonight is Equalizer 1. So
nice.
Might have to finally watch it and check out the pod to go with it.
I wonder where those are. Are those streaming anywhere? Wonder.
I think I've passed them up a few hundred times on one platform or another. So yeah, it's on something.
Good. Yeah, I'd watch it. Kayla's not really a big, silly action movie, but I am. Bottoms, though, also coming to theaters September 1st. Quite different. A lesbian sex comedy starring our girl Ayo Edebiri. And bunch of high school girls start a fight club so that they can get laid. Wild premise, fun trailer, and cool cast. Marshawn Lynch is in this. So you know why he's here. And I don't know, it just looks like a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah. Rachel Senoy, I don't know if it's Senat or Senoy or something, but she's our other co-lead from Bodies as well. Our girl, I love her. I'm really excited for this one.
I just so we went out to dinner the other night with this woman she's got a couple kids, and one of them's like, I think she's just maybe turned teenager or something. I always wonder, like, are the kids watching movies? Are the kids like going out to movies? And like her and her buddies are all going and like seeing Bottoms together. Like a group of like 6 teenage girls, high school girls, or whatever, all going to go see Bottoms. So that's cool.
They're advertising it as just like the teen comedy, like the
American Pie of their generation. That's what they're kind of.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want an American Pie. Super Bad, that kind of thing. We don't get enough of those anymore.
Don't invoke the god Super Bad just like that.
We haven't had a Super Bad since Super Bad, and I'd like to have a Super Bad. So we'll see if that's Bottoms. But that's September 1st coming to theaters. September 6th, we get 2 big video game releases. We get Baldur's Gate 3, as Ryan mentioned, but it's coming to PS5, so now the rest of us can play it, those not in the PC Master Race. And Starfield, a little game that we've talked a little bit about as well, coming to PC and Xbox Series same day. I guess I gotta download both of them. Oh, I got Starfield pre-downloaded, but big file sizes, and I guess I'm playing Starfield first because coming into this year, I was way more excited for Starfield. I wasn't even aware of Baldur's Gate, but like the hype is insane on Baldur's Gate. It's tough.
Both of these games feel like homework to me, but Starfield feels like the homework I know how to do, and Baldur's Gate is the stuff where I'd have to fucking open a book. Fuck.
No, you can cheat off my test. It's all right. I would say if you're going to Baldur's Gate, they kind of expect there's a level of expectation, maybe not as intense as like it's basically off like D&D 5th edition, right? And how combat works and how things just play generally, and they kind of have the expectation for you to know those basics. And I don't think it's that complicated, but there are things that you'll get confused by. Just like, what does it mean? What's a saving throw? Or what's a armor check? And what's a whatever, little terms and acronyms you might have to possibly know. But I think once you get the hang of combat and you understand the flow and like your actions, because you just can't go and hit somebody repeatedly, right? You have actions within turn. It's a turn-based thing. You
right,
go off
and then I mess up those actions, and I get frustrated.
Yeah,
and then I don't play it again.
Well, I suggest playing with a friend or having your companions, be stronger in like places that your character might not be. Like I play a bard right now, and I'm terrible at strength. I'm terrible at whatever, but I'm like a supporting character that just makes the bad guys have disadvantage during fights, and it's fun.
Yeah,
and
I can buffs and debuffs and stuff.
Yeah, slur insults and shit at them, or like throw rocks, or I don't know, punch him in the dick. Maybe not that, but like shove him and stuff. But it's fun. It's
you're playing Jackass, is what you're.
Yeah. you could. No, I've seen like full man parties of just 4 naked gnomes going around making havoc, and it's just so much fun.
I've heard that just shoving people off of something high is the way to go.
It works, man. If you're just pissed and you just want to great game.
I imagine it's the type of game just like probably like Dungeons and Dragons where like if you can find someone to play with who's like a DM, like who knows what they're doing or something, it would work a lot similar to having a good DM in Dungeons and Dragons. I'll be playing with Kayla at least sitting next to me, and she's never played Dungeons and Dragons of any kind, so we'll be fish out of water a little bit, but I don't know.
will say this going into it. Unlike other games where they kind of put that quasi, oh, your actions mean something, but later kind of like sort of funnel into like one centered story. This everything fucking matters. Like everything matters. You're gonna be throw up a tomato at somebody across the room. They're gonna fight you. There's gonna be consequences for those actions, and people in your party will have they'll either favor some of the things you say or not favor some of the things you say, and then depending who you want to romance or like whatever, that all play into each other. So really talk about what you say before you say it. If that matters to you in your group of friends.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to get so obsessed with just save scumming in this game if
That's
I really
okay.
do devote time to it. Yeah, but
I enjoy
I don't
chaos.
know. It still seems like there's that part in my gamer brain that says, "You pussy, you fucking idiot." Go with what happened.
And it's so funny when you do, because when you roll that one natural one and you thought, oh, for sure I'm gonna break out of prison. No. Anyways, yeah. Baldur's Gate, my game of the year, hands down. Amazing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do any save scumming myself. I didn't do it for like XCOM when I played XCOM.
Oh,
and,
so much.
Yeah, no, I live with my decisions. Oftentimes,
that's scum for me. That's
a true man. Yeah.
Starfield. Anybody.
You two really excited for that? I'm indifferent. I'm gonna be like a wait and see with it. But Eric, it seems like you're kind of invested a little bit.
Yeah, I'm so invested that I'm kind of concerned. Like I'm really concerned that the reviews are gonna come out and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, it's like an 8. I really want it to be like a 10, and I want it to be like at the end of the year, I'm very excited to have a conversation where it's like Baldur's Gate, Tears of the Kingdom, and Starfield, and then maybe, like Sea of Stars or something as the fun indie pick, something like that. Like, or Dave the Diver or something as the like, dark horse kind of thing. If it is mid or or bad even, that would be really disappointing because like I think Xbox needs a win. I think like it's a game, like Mike said, it's like a well trod ground at this point. Like love Skyrim, love Fallout 4. If this is both of those games kind of pushed together and also with like cool NASA inspired space stuff, like the pitch sounds great to me. And I even feel like I'm gonna not interact with a lot of the systems that they're talking about and stuff, like, oh, there's 1,000 worlds and there's crazy customization that you can do and all that. Like I want like a really cool 50-hour like story that takes me into the stars and where I get some cool weapons and wherever it ends up I feel like satisfied. That's what I want. And then like if there's some cool ship combat too and I interact a little bit with customizing my ship, great, but we'll see.
Pete Hines had a quote recently that made me just kind of groan out loud. And it was, the game doesn't even get really cool until after the last mission. Like, like, oh, great. That doesn't. Man. I really want cool up front. Like, I want, like.
Yeah. That does make you feel confident. I think one of the reasons why I didn't pre-order it this time around, I think just the year Microsoft has had, Xbox has had, if they didn't have so many like issues this past year, I've been like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll pre-order, no big deal. But now it's just kind of like wait and see for me. And when I hear stuff like that, Mike, it reminds me of like when people say, oh, you should just play Final Fantasy 14. It doesn't get good. The story doesn't get good until, level 60. I'm like, well, fuck, I mean, if I gotta, not like the
Yeah.
game up 60 levels, why the hell am I playing in the first place?
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
hope that's just hyperbole.
I mean, they gave out review pretty early. Like people have been playing it for weeks, which they've kind of walked back. They're like, we're only giving out review code day of. I think that they were like pretty stern on that after Fallout 4, which kind of, I guess they've chosen to just not be shitty. I don't know.
Didn't someone
It
get
seems like they're
arrested?
confident in it. I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
Didn't someone
What's
get
that, Ryan?
arrested? Didn't someone get arrested over Starfield in the news recently? Something about like
Oh, I don't know.
releasing the game early or something like that.
A
I
leak
think.
or something? Yeah, I know
Yeah,
there
yeah.
was.
They would totally be a company that wants to send somebody to the fucking to the gallows for fucking releasing, leaking their shit out. But
Yeah, I think like a Walmart in somewhere like did sell a couple copies.
Oh, wow.
And there was some like footage on like YouTube and stuff.
they're gonna ban that guy.
You love to see it.
From Xbox Live.
But yeah, so that's Starfield and Baldur's Gate 3, two of the biggest games of this year, and
Yeah, we'll definitely be checking back in with both of those.
yeah,
I think.
without a doubt. September 6th, Xbox and PlayStation both have big old RPGs. Poor Things coming to theaters September 8th. This is the new Yorgos Lanthimos film starring Emma Stone as well as Willem Dafoe and who else we got? Mark Ruffalo is in this one too. This is basically a interesting take on and Kayla right on cue is jumping in as we talk about Poor Things. I think
I'm glad I did not want to talk about Poor Things without checking Kayla's pulse on this one. I'm excited to ask her.
she's figuring out her camera. She's getting it. There
What
it
about
is.
Poor Things?
We just got to Poor Things on the
Kayla
script.
just did a rocket power intro. That was so cool. Like when
It
they
was pretty intense.
Wiggity, wiggity,
Man, yeah, hell yeah. She's even got the bandana. Oh man,
I do.
Straight up gangster.
Oh, joined as always by Kayla.
Hey.
So yeah, we just started on Poor Things coming out September 8th. I didn't realize it was so soon. We have to watch like a bunch of Yorgos Lanthimos films to do. We're gonna have an episode on him. But yeah, Emma Stone, Mark Ruffalo, and Willem Dafoe. This is a take on the Frankenstein tale. Emma Stone is a Frankenstein's monster. Willem Dafoe is Frankenstein, and this looks wonderful. This looks wild. Are you as excited as I am, Kayla, for Poor Things?
Got tickets for anything Emma Stone does, so
right?
I'm in.
It looks so surreal too. Like they released a second trailer a couple days ago, I think, and just watched that one. Yeah, it's look like they're doing black and white. It almost has like a Wes Anderson feel with these weird like bespoke sets and stuff. Like just it looks like they're doing like really leaning into the surreal of it and letting Emma cook too.
The trailer totally gave me like if Tim Burton made Barbie.
Yeah, you know
Good
what?
call.
It's funny because I saw this preview while watching Barbie, and I was like, man, that looks everything and more. Absolutely.
Very intriguing. Like
Unique.
it. Yeah. I don't know that it makes it clear that it's about Frankenstein's monster.
Well,
Doesn't
it's
it?
like it's actually not like it's not actually like Frankenstein, but it's a take on it. Like she is a creation of some kind. By this doctor. It's like inspired by
definitely, yeah.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, I don't know that I got that out of just watching the trailer. I just know that because you've told me it.
Right. Yeah, I think you gotta. Yeah, it's a little bit of the context of it. They don't spell it out like.
They show her getting
specifically.
like shocked and everything, and it just seems like Willem Dafoe is clearly like a stitched together person already, like who's experimented on himself. I
Isn't
guess.
he always? That man just shows up that way. Ready to
Yeah,
go.
he did his own makeup, I think, in this one. Oh.
Gosh, yeah.
But yeah, it really looks like they're letting Emma be weird and just and I don't know. I'm really excited about.
It'll be
Poor
charming.
Things.
You guys are going to check out all of his movies, you said?
We're going to check out, so we've seen The Favorite, and I really enjoyed that. I think you dug that one, right, Kayla?
I think you picked out like 3 of them that we wanted to
Love
watch.
Olivia Colman in that one, yes.
Yeah, she's wonderful. Won the Oscar for that one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen The Lobster as well.
That was one of them.
Interesting film. I don't know if I love The Lobster, but it's entertaining. It's I don't know what else he's got out. Is he like that Sacred Deer, Killing of a Sacred Deer? Is that him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think those were the 3 actually we're going to check out. We're Killing a Sacred Deer, The Lobster, and Poor Things, because we've already seen The Favorite, and then we're going to have a conversation around that with our good friend Patrick.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
He's a big fan of the work of Lanthimos.
Oh, interesting. That's theaters, right?
That's theaters, yeah, September 8th. Yeah, coming to theaters. I don't know who's releasing that or what streamer it'll eventually come to, but
that's probably when I'll check that one out.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be in theaters long. I don't think that's going to have unfortunately, a movie like that, I just feel like isn't going to probably be that successful, but it could be fantastic nonetheless.
Yeah, like Past Lives is available on VOD right now. It's $20. You got it, flat fee, you own it. But I just can't get Minari'd again, Like I just can't have, I don't know, if it's just okay. Or Nomadland, I paid $20 for that too. And they were just, that's fine.
Yeah. And
I don't know, I'm just gonna hold off and wait till it's on something I pay for.
When we have the Oscar talk. So that's Poor Things coming to theaters September 8th. September 12th, we get MythForce coming to everything. This is Switch, PC, Xbox One, PS4, 5, Xbox Series X and S. So we're getting it on everything. This is the 80s Saturday morning cartoon inspired roguelike, also co-op, 4-player co-op, first-person game. It's got all the adjectives, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I watched, and the myth. I watched some ID at Xbox, IGN's show did like a 10-minute little demo playthrough of it. For their writers there, just kind of were thrown into it, and it looks cool. It looks very like Diablo-esque. The roguelite aspect didn't come out too much. You went to these like shrines and you got certain like little buffs that I guess maybe change as you go to different dungeons or what have you.
Hades sounds like.
Right? Yeah, some Hades aspects to it. I really like the aesthetic. I like the what's that? Dragon's Lair, right? It looks like it really has that feel.
It's too clean though for me. I don't know. It's
very, very clean.
Yeah, it has no kind of shadow or anything. It's just, I don't know. It
looks like a mobile game to me.
It bothers me a little bit
to
look at it.
Okay.
Why did you add this, Eric?
I know. Shit. MythForce catching strays. Well, Kayla will play MythForce, and they don't have to.
Give me a Thunder Force
game. You guys ain't gonna play
MythForce.
There's so many games.
Co-op, man. We love our co-op games. But
yeah.
MythForce for the non-naysayers coming September 12th to everything. We can touch just very briefly on September 15th on A Haunting in Venice coming to theaters. This is I didn't know Agatha Christie also wrote like horror books as well. I know, she's the murder mystery queen. I think the most successful writer of all time also, at least commercially. But A Haunting in Venice is the third in Kenneth Branagh's Hercule Poirot trilogy at this point. I liked Murder on the Orient Express and on the Death on the Nile, both.
Yeah.
I like murder mysteries. I think both of those are well done, great ensemble casts, and this is that with a horror bent. The cast is stacked as the other ones were. You've got like Michelle Yeoh, obviously Kenneth Branagh in the Perot row, Jamie Dornan, who I kind of dig, and Tina Fey, who I just found out was in it.
Not expected. That was
Gotta bring some comedic relief. I mean,
for sure, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think this is one, like, as with the other two, once they got to streaming, I was like, oh, let's watch this one night, and it's just a solid 2 hours on a Friday kind of situation. And I don't know. I think this has the same.
This movie looks fucking cool.
Yeah.
I thought, like, to me, Orient Express and Nile just looked like bleached, clean versions of like that kind of style. This looked more like what was that werewolf movie from a year or two ago that people liked?
Oh.
It was like the murder mystery and a snowy.
Werewolves Within?
Yeah. And based on like a VR game or something. And I didn't really dig that one. I think this one might be a lot better, like just more pedigree behind it and everything.
Supernatural horror murder mystery. Now, let's go.
Yeah, and Kenneth Branagh, man, that dude cooks. I like Branagh a lot.
I only like him in Nolan movies. Dunkirk, Oppenheimer, man.
Tenet, he's good in Tenet.
Oh, okay, all right.
He's the bad guy. He's the bad guy in Tenet. It's good.
Oh, he can never be the bad guy.
Oh, he's good. Belfast was really good. Really like that one.
I didn't love Belfast.
No? Oh man, I dug that one. He's not even in it, right? Like but he like directed it. But anyway, that's A Haunting in Venice coming to theaters September 15th. September 19th, we get to games. We get Lies of P coming to just about everything except Switch, and this will be a Game Pass day one as well. This is the Pinocchio Dark Souls game.
Or one of your Final Fantasy games.
Yeah. I think I only have 2 fantasy picks left to release, and Lies of P is one of them. I think I drafted it a little high. I remember I drafted it like maybe 5th round or something, and no one else was as high on it. But I still think the concept's cool. The more it was announced over a year ago. Yeah, a couple years ago, and as we've gotten little gameplay snippets. There was a demo. I think you played that, Mike.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's the hype level's gone up generally around like the gaming industry, and I think the concept's great. Pinocchio, Dark Souls, Bloodborne game, like I think
who would have thought?
Yeah, let's launch that around the time of Starfield, Baldur's Gate, and then right after is Mortal Kombat. Sorry to spoil the next thing we're talking about. But
that doesn't speak to the quality of the game. The quality of their PR team will really have to shine out. We'll see.
I just feel bad for the game. Like
I do, yeah.
It should have. Maybe they could have gotten it out in that dry July. The August was a bit, like a lot of people kind of playing different stuff because nothing too huge was coming out. I don't know. I hope it's good. I didn't love the demo. So
yeah, the demo. I thought aesthetically it was very unique.
It's very Souls. It's
very Souls for sure. But I think I get down with the aesthetic. We'll see if I actually like it when it comes out.
I think you should play it, Kayla, coming right off of Jedi Survivor. You've got the like Souls combat going right now.
I'm interested in playing it.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's coming to everything except Switch, but somehow the next one on September 19th, Mortal Kombat 1, is coming to Switch. Also coming to all the current gen, so
that's
PS5.
Not a cloud version either, I don't think.
I have no idea what what magic Kung Lao has cooked up to get it on Switch, but you super popped for the presentation, the Gamescom Mortal Kombat presentation, Mike. You had text me.
Yeah, I just checked out. Like, I was just kind of trying to see what was big at opening night live from Gamescom, and it was like I think titled like Outer Land Gods trailer or some shit, and God, man, just to see like the cool, like how slick the cameos look when they're coming in and out. Just the effects on these characters. Raiden's fucking lightning looks unbelievable. Like the facial stuff, it's like, man, NetherRealm just knew like how to just keep fucking getting the investors to like make sure they okay these projects. Like, okay, it's going to look like the best. It's going to have the coolest single player storyline, and it looks like they're just going to deliver. And I'm glad I drafted
it. Yeah, I don't even remember what drove us to like play all of the Mortal Kombats, Kayla, or all the like modern Mortal Kombats, but
those are cool.
MK11 came out, and I think
was that what it was?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, since that reboot of 9, or just I think it's just titled Mortal Kombat, from 9, 10, 11, like what they've done with the story mode, and now this is a reboot on top of that reboot, like,
how could they even do that? It just sounds crazy.
And what they've done to like recontextualize all the characters, Kung Lao, or Liu Kang as the I just got Kung Lao in the brain for whatever reason. Liu Kang as the elder god, the god of lightning, and Raiden as his like apprentice, kind of like the swap of those roles.
I think that's cool as fuck. It's so crazy that they haven't pulled that card in over 30 years. I'm like, all right, let's just make him now. Like, they've done the kill Liu Kang and bring him back. They've done that.
And the antagonist is like what, Shao Kahn's wife or whatever, right? Or whatever her name is.
Seems to be a big part of it.
Crazy wild hair.
It seems like the Motaro, right, is the main guy, or no, she can summon Motaro. I don't know. I know Motaro was big in the trailer.
She was like summoning fucking like Kintaro or one of them weird ass characters. I don't know. I honestly, I'm not super into Mortal Kombat that much, but I know they're bringing back like some weird PS2 era like Armageddon Deception type characters. Saw my boy Kenshi in there, the blind swordsman. So it's cool. It's wild that they have that kind of legacy and fan base that could pop for like, oh, that fucking, they brought Quan Chi back or something, like that, Bo Raicho is fucking back, like that kind of stuff.
Without being stale, like it's a real achievement, honestly, to do that.
Yeah, they've still, pushed boundaries and stay cool. I don't know if it's all just people our age really into this game, because it is the best-selling fighting game franchise out there right now still, and or if kids are out there really into it, I don't know. I haven't.
I think that's what they're hoping for. With
of course, but man, it's the fidelity of these games now and what they're doing. I saw some of they weren't even fatalities; they're just the X-ray moves, and a lot of stuff going through eyeballs, and, real gruesome stuff. And I haven't. We watched The Ring the other night, but I won't show them Mortal Kombat. No, that's where I draw the line.
I don't know. Any like teenage kid that I take care of at work, they are not playing any type of game like this. They're all playing online,
Fortnite or Valorant or League, or those are the hot games.
I don't know how you get those people into something like this.
I wonder if this will end up being a decent, like, I wonder if the other games do numbers on like Twitch or anything. I wonder if fatalities still are a like schoolyard thing. Like, oh man, I saw this really cool like fatality, how it was for us or whatever.
Right.
I could see that still doing well on like Twitch, like for a teenager or even a preteen or something. Like, oh my god, I was watching my favorite streamer and they ripped out someone's eyes or whatever.
It's going to be huge in the fighting game community at first. I don't know. I don't think 11 really held that much like Evo hype or anything like that.
Fighting games don't typically do well on Twitch. You get Smash occasionally will be pretty high if there's something big in the community that's happening, or I saw there was like Guilty Gear, because they've always reiterating on that new games, and that does pretty well. But once it's hot, like Street Fighter was huge on Twitch from when it came out, and
Right.
sure Mortal Kombat will be huge when it comes up. But they all kind of they just simmer down to their own
Fizzle.
communities and fizzle away.
Well, that'll be Mortal Kombat 1 coming September 19th to Switch. Everyone's going to get it on the Switch. So look to find you guys on NSO. Play some Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah, no.
The next day, coming to Xbox Series, Xbox One, and PC, as well as Game Pass. Party Animals. This looks like a lot of fun. This is like
Yes.
the
It's Gang Beasts.
It's Gang Beasts, but it seems it's Gang Beasts mixed with what was not Among Us, but the other one,
All Guys.
Fall Guys.
Yeah.
It feels like it's a
Yeah.
Fall Guys mixed with the Gang Beasts. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down, but they might make you fall down. It just looks cute and fun, and Gang Beasts was a lot of fun, and I want to play it. I want to play Party Animals. I want to play it with you guys. So we should all play Party Animals.
I'm
Another-
definitely getting it. I've made the kids watch so many video game presentations this summer, and they always pop for Party Animals when it came up, because we did get big into Gang Beasts for a while. We had to stop playing because feelings were getting hurt, and fights were it was fucking Gang Beasts in real life. Like shit was going down.
Gang.
I hope this one can be a little more of a calmer experience, but we're pumped for sure.
Oh, Party Animals. Yeah, that looks like a really fun game. The next day, September 21st, Payday 3 comes to PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. That one's also a Game Pass game as well. I've always been intrigued by the Payday series, and I just dig co-op shooters and stuff like that. I love heists. And it's coming to Game Pass, so I thought I'd put it on the list because I think there's a decent chance. I want, we've dabbled 4-player Diablo, we've dabbled with Back 4 Blood, Grounded, I want one of them to really stick. That would be nice, and who knows, maybe Payday's that dart on the board.
Or maybe it's Monster Hunter. But Payday is I know 2 has been around so long, and it's kind of built this huge cult following. And from what I've heard, when people try to dive in, it's really tough with playing with pros, because they know all the strats, and if you're not keeping up and you fall behind, they're mad at you and stuff. So
Super fun game, the old ones. I really enjoyed them.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, it sounds really cool. Just doing, these, they're randomly generated to a point, I would think. Heists, at least certain things that can happen within the heist, I'm sure, are mixed up. And this is probably a good jumping off point. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope so.
To dive in.
Yeah, so that's Payday 3 coming to next gen and PC, or this gen. It's current gen at this point. It's 3 years into the generation? I think it's current gen at this point.
Current gen.
Current gen.
Fuck the old gen.
September 22nd brings Dumb Money to theaters, and The Continental from the world of John Wick to Peacock on September 22nd. Terrible name for the show coming to Peacock. This is a limited series based in the 70s at the Continental, the hotel from the John Wick movies. Trailer looks cool. I like that it's a limited series. It's just 3 episodes. It tells the origin story of God, I can't think of his name now, but the
Winston,
Winston, right? Yes. Tells his origin story, what he was up to in the 70s. It looks like he has to take over the hotel, the Continental, from Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson is in this one. And we get a young Charon as well, R.I.P. Lance Reddick. And I don't know, this looks cool. I popped tremendously for John Wick 4 this year. I want more John Wick, I think, in my life, and I think that universe could still be effective even without John being
Keanu
a part
Reeves.
of it. Yeah, without
I don't
Keanu
know.
Reeves.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's just a goofy ass world.
Right, and John Wick takes the goofy very seriously, and this seemed to be leaning in. It had Earth, Wind, and Fire fucking playing, and Shining Star, which just doesn't go with John Wick. It just doesn't. Like normally the soundtrack is like that pulsating kind of just like club music kind of thing going.
Type of
I don't know. It does have like a kind of game of death, like having to battle through every floor and seeing which kind of cool assassin is on every floor, kind of part. That might just be like a middle episode, might be all of that stuff or something. But
I'm for it.
I don't know.
I like weird assassin teams. I like Kill Bill. I like what's that movie
Bullet
you really
Train.
like, Kayla? Yeah, Bullet Train. The one you really like, Kayla.
That's helpful.
With all the assassins that have to get the guy. It's fine.
Mr. Right?
We talk
John Wick?
about it actually quite often. It came out like, I don't know, 2005 or something. You'll think of it.
Smoking Aces?
Smoking Aces, thank
Okay.
you.
There we go.
talk about Smoking
I
Aces
like
all
that
the
movie.
time. I know you do. And that's another one where get a bunch of assassins in a hotel.
I mean, I liked that movie when I was 13. I don't think I've seen it since, but
Well, I'm sure it holds.
Eric doesn't grow like some of us. He
it
likes
was
what he likes.
a big transition moment for me,
Oh, so that's the Continental from the world of John Wick, limited 3 episodes on Peacock. But Dumb Money, same day, coming to theaters September 22nd. What a cast! This is one of our first set of episodes. I think we were talking about the first 2 or 3 episodes of this pod was all about the GameStop stocks. Was the big news in the background, and we didn't spend too much time on it, but this is the biopic of that whole scenario, led by this cast. Insane. Paul Dano is the main character, but we got Sebastian Stan, Seth Rogen, Dane DeHaan, Vincent D'Onofrio, America Ferrera, Shailene Woodley, Clancy Brown, Nick Offerman, Pete Davidson. It's a lot of fun. It looks really cool too. It looks really
amazing.
well done. It looks tense, and from a
Paul Dano's just really good at getting people to follow him in chat rooms, huh?
I think you're right. I think I've got season tickets. I think maybe for Mr. Dano at this point, and it's a silly story, that everything that happened with the GameStop stock, and when I think 6 weeks after that all happened, they were like, "Yep, they're gonna make a movie about it," and when I see the actual trailer for it, I'm like, wow, this looks legit. This looks like it's gonna be good instead of something stupid.
Yeah,
I got
strange.
all of my stock in Seth Rogen. So if he had anything to do with any of this writing, which I'm sure he did, I'm putting my stock in wherever he tells me to.
After TMNT, I'm all for Seth Rogen. He's great. It's weird, and I can see all these actors and what they do. They get passionate about kind of speaking to something greater, and obviously the bigger message of basically they're only getting more richer, and then it's not made for the average person. Invest a little bit of money and do all these things, and maybe get ahead or what have you. But it speaks to the culture of the moment, I think, in a big bad way in many levels, and I'm excited. It seems really fun and exciting to watch.
I don't know. It just seems like its politics are really pandering. I don't know. We're pro little guy. Come see me. I don't know. Was not into this story at all when it was happening. So I'm kind of just wow, a movie about this. This is it's in that category of me with the Cheeto movie and Air and the Beanie Baby movie, just the IP-averse. And I I don't know. I don't like it.
All right, no MythForce and no dumb money for Mike. That's okay.
No.
MythForce. I called it wrong. MythForce.
I don't want MythVerse either. Sounds dumb.
Oh,
You're not good at pitching things.
Oh, MythVerse. But it's like a singing game, I think, probably. September 26th, we get Phantom Liberty, the DLC for Cyberpunk 2077 coming to PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. Haven't played Cyberpunk since shortly after its release. Enjoyed it despite the bugs. I know Aaron has put in like hundreds of hours at this point, and I'm excited to hear that like by the end of the year he's had like 500 hours into Cyberpunk or something. Because
he's probably already pretty close.
Yeah.
I think the coolest thing about this update is like most of the so there's the DLC content which you have to buy. I think they've said it's like $30-$40, something like that. But most of the enhancements that they're making, just like to the base gameplay, are all coming for free to the base game.
They're fixing it.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense,
Finally.
they're just adding a ton of like car combat, new perk system, just a ton of stuff. I mean, the list goes on, and it was already like, aside from being buggy as hell, it was already a really good first-person shooter RPG. Like I there was a lot to like about that world. The gameplay was solid. The customization that you had was all solid. So stacking a bunch on top of that, and then also the Phantom Liberty DLC of it all, the new story beats seem really cool. Idris Elba's coming in, and I don't know. I'm excited. I don't know when I'm gonna play it because definitely still be playing like Starfield around that time, I'm sure, and maybe Baldur's Gate also, and maybe Payday, and maybe Kombat,
Lies of P
and Lies of P. Yeah, so maybe Phantom Liberty is a little on the backlog in September, but I'm excited for it for Aaron. That's
same.
Yeah, I feel like Cyberpunk's just going to be a backlog game for me forever. I really kind of want to play like the best version of it. Aaron's definitely sold me on it, and yeah, just gotta catch this one like on a big bundle sale or something where I can just pick it all up for cheap.
I'm excited for that. I mean, that'd be great because like I mean that would be like Witcher 3 for you and me, Kayla. We played it after it had been out for years at that point, and all had the DLC stuff and got it for relatively cheap and got the best version of it, and it's now one of, I think, both of our favorite games. So can't imagine what it'd be like to jump into Cyberpunk and maybe not have bugs. That'd be great.
Hell yeah.
So that's coming September 26th, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. Mike, a last-minute edition, Cocoon, coming to Xbox Series and Game Pass. I don't think it's coming to PC, which was wild. It didn't have
I don't think so.
a Windows logo at all, but September 29th, Cocoon. Tell me about it.
This is from the lead designer of Limbo and Inside. He is not at Playdead anymore, which I kind of found out recently. It was sad. But this is what he's been working on, and it is not just like a left to right puzzle platformer. It is more of a 3D thing. It seems like you're playing as like a bug creature, and you are going within micro universe. Like you kind of just like jump into a new universe, kind of Rift Apart, Ratchet and Clank style in a way. Like, and just looks really neat. It had a lot of buzz coming out of Summer Game Fest, I believe, and just I don't know. With that pedigree, Limbo and Inside are two of my favorites, and excited to play this. I'm not sure if it's Game Pass or if it's like $20-$30 or something.
I saw Game Pass on.
Sweet,
yeah.
That's even better. Yeah, I want to check that out day one for sure. Because like I played Planet of Lana recently, which had a lot of style, but man, just in like the gameplay and the puzzle design, not great. And I want both of that, because that's what Limbo and Inside was, like this awesome presentation mixed with these really clever, fun puzzles. And I hope Cocoon could be that.
Yeah, I could really use another, like puzzle platformer kind of game, something smaller, kind of as a
something quicker. Yeah,
Somerville was another one, right? Like I played a lot of that. I didn't finish that one.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one, but I really like a 2 to 3 hour game like that. There's they seem like they're all 50 plus hours at this point, and even if Somerville was like only okay, it was at least it was only like 3 hours of my time.
Yeah, totally.
Looks really cute, and it does come on PC on September 29th. We'll lock on Steam.
Cool.
So,
that's
platform,
cool.
It looks like
Nice. Yeah. So that's Cocoon, September 29th. Looking a lot of fun there. I'll do Gen V next. Season 1 coming to Prime, also on September 29th. This is the... I don't know if it's a prequel or if it's set during the exact same time as The Boys. It's in The Boys universe, and it follows the university where all of the Soups go to kind of... hopefully one day join the... what are they called? The Seven, I think, is like the crew of Soups. Love The Boys. Really, really like that show. Really excited for whenever season 4 it would be comes out. But this seems like a nice appetizer for that. New cast, a bunch of young up and comers, with really insane powers. Like I think what The Boys has done so well is like take existing, X-Men powers or things you see in other comics and stuff, and really make them kind of weird and gross and stuff. Like one of the characters has vascular manipulation, which is they can extend their veins out of their body and like as like tentacles, and it's fucking disgusting. But that's The Boys, man. I don't know. What are you guys thinking of Gen V? You're a Boys fan, right, Ryan?
Yeah, I love The Boys. Really, one of the better shows now that are kind of like a mature rating. Gen V? Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Not interested. I don't know.
Oh, well.
I'm not interested. It's just not doing anything for me. Maybe when it comes out and the buzz is big, I'll give it again. But for now, it just feels like kind of like a, just a cheap cash grab, so to speak.
Trying to expand the IP, yeah. Probably. I bet you the stars are like, what's his name, Anthony Starr, right?
Yeah, literally.
Homelander. I bet you he might be getting really expensive. he's fantastic, and I could see him getting a little.
The fast guy was in there. I noticed him in the trailer.
Yeah, I thought I seen him too. A-Train.
Yeah. I think this looks kind of neat. It gave me like New Mutants vibes, a good version maybe, or like something I even love even more. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors. Just kind of a ragtag group of kids with these powers that they don't really know how to use, maybe. And
it felt like a cheap My Hero Academia.
Oh yeah,
like
you're
offshoot, right. But like mature, right? So that's my vibes from it.
Well, that's what The Boys is.
It is, like
sure. Justice League, but mature. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's like Amazon's thing now, the 1-2 punch of Boys and Invincible.
Really is, yeah.
Maybe you're just not mature enough, Ryan.
Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not for it. Maybe I'm not mature for it.
And if that Jack Quaid guy's not in this, I would love that. I
That's already
seeing that idiot everywhere. I can't stand him. I hated seeing him in Oppenheimer.
10 out of 10.
He was in Scream last year. Like, get away.
I didn't appreciate him in Scream.
Gosh.
Well, at least he won't be in any future Screams,
Yes. Well, who knows? They don't care.
They don't care.
No, Big Boss, that motherfucker, you're back. Yes, we kept his remains in a body bag and then resuscitated them. And he's back. He's back here.
No, when they don't want to kill someone, they really don't want to kill someone. So
yeah.
But that's Gen V coming to Prime on September 29th, and speaking of mature films, a comedy, a mature comedy. She Came to Me, coming to theaters, limited release, September 29th. This was your addition to the list, Mike. So speak about it.
I don't know, maybe a Woody Allen vibe. I don't know if I should invoke that name with it, but just that kind of adult rom-com-y thing where Peter Dinklage and Anne Hathaway are a couple, and it looks like, things are getting stagnant with work. He's got writer's block. He writes like operas and shit, and he just goes out for a walk one day and stumbles on a Marissa Tomei's tugboat. And she gives him a little tugboat action on the boat there, and he's inspired. She inspires him to write an opera about the tugboat captain.
The prequel to Aunt May for sure.
And it just kind of goes from there. The play becomes a hit or opera or whatever, and she finds out that she's his muse and seems to be like really like she likes that idea and she wants to continue the relationship in a way. And Anne Hathaway is like a germaphobe. I think she's like a doctor or something. And
she's a psychologist.
Like a
therapist.
Right. And one of the funny quotes is like she's like real obsessive with OCD, and she's like, my patients, I just imagine myself going inside their brains and just scrubbing them. And I was like, oh, this is going to be good.
The marketing though, if you try to look up trailers for this, every thumbnail is of Anne Hathaway. It's like, man, we do not want to use the date to market this.
Wanted to look it up as you were talking about it, and I just want to read this sentence that it says. She Came to Me as a grown-up contemporary comedy laced with romance. Like, oh, okay. Comedy laced with romance.
Yeah, we already talked about the tugboat, the old tugboat. The height of romance. Oh, I think it looks great. I think all three of them look super unhinged in their own way.
Yeah.
Like Marissa Tomei is like a stalker. You got obviously Anne Hathaway is like like you said, germaphobe kind of therapist with her own problems, and Peter Dinklage, like one scene in the trailer, Anne Hathaway's got like a hand vacuum going, and he's using that to like create a beat in his head. He's like, oh, like a G flat or something like that.
It's so good, yeah.
They all just seem like weirdos in this love triangle. So,
I'm for it, man. And I think it kind of plays PD's strengths. He comes from a theater background. I could just really see him getting into the character for what he's doing. It looks so much fun, and I'm curious what the Marissa Tomei's character is gonna, bring to the table.
Oh man,
what a renaissance, right? For old Tomei. Oh man.
Oh, don't do that to Marissa. She was never gone.
Hey, she's wonderful. And that's September.
Tugboat.
Tugboat.
September 29th, limited series.
She Came to Me, theaters limited on September 29th. And yeah, that's September. We have to each pick. We're forced to by Mike at the end of each of these to pick our favorite, what we're most hyped about in September. I'm gonna go with Poor Things myself. I think that looks really wild, and I think it could be one of those just weird dark horse kind of movies where like maybe Emma Stone gets an Oscar nom or something. For it, because she's already done, like, I really dug her in The Favorite, working with Yorgos Lanthimos, so could be a nice repeat there. Who's next?
You pick.
Well, you spoke up, Mike. What's your most excited about in September?
Bottoms.
Yeah.
What do you think of Bottoms, Kayla? You really excited for that one?
I haven't seen anything for it, but I've heard about it, and I want to see it. I'm excited.
I just watched the full trailer for the first time today, and it made me even more excited than I was. It has a really fun trailer. So
My friend from work is taking her daughter and their friends. They're having like a birthday sleepover and stuff. And the next day she's taking them to Bottoms. And I was like, can I go with?
you're right.
I want to go. I'll go.
I was telling them,
sleepover.
I said it's like the next generation's doing all right, you know, like I'm okay with that.
Oh yeah.
Sasha's like a generations in between. Her generation's doing all right. She all right.
But those 5-year-olds, we don't know about them.
What were the rules? I had to pick just one.
What? Yeah. What one thing
The
that you're
entire-
most
One you're
excited
most
about?
excited for.
I mean, I've already raved enough about it, but I'm excited for you guys to play Baldur's Gate 3. I think that's what I'm most excited for. You know, I'm already deep in it.
I'm so nervous about it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just gonna be wasting $60, but
Yeah, you know, probably for you. I'm playing the kind of games you like. But you know, I think if anything, you'll enjoy the freedom of it. If anything, you might not like the combat, but I think you'll enjoy the freedom of the game and what you can do. Just, you know, expressing who you are. So
I'm gonna have to watch a lot of videos and stuff. And like I said, it's gonna be homework at first. Hopefully, I really enjoy it.
I'm excited for Baldur's Gate.
I'll take Starfield. I was like, dang. It's like the only thing I'm super excited for on this list. Super excited. I'll watch a lot of stuff, but
Yeah.
Party
Starfield's-
Animals would be my second. Yeah.
Party Animals going to be fun. You were here for the Party Animals talk, were you, Kayla?
I was.
Yes, she was.
Oh, were you? Oh, okay. I forgot where you jumped in, but yeah.
Four things.
Oh, good. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
She did miss Starfield though, and you said you're super psyched for it, right? You know,
I am.
Fallout 4 high, Skyrim high. All right.
Yeah. I know it's not going to be those, and that's okay. I don't know. I really like the has nothing to do with the gameplay itself, but like the aesthetic around all their like marketing and stuff.
Oh,
I really like their look that they got going on there.
They had a beautiful controller that I kind of wish I would have pre-ordered and got. They got like the collector's edition comes with this cool watch. They've just, I don't know, they've got it together with, like you said, just how they're presenting it.
Have you seen the wrap, the Series X wrap?
I have.
It looks sick.
That's kind of neat. It reminds me of the faceplates, the 360 faceplates for sure.
Just makes me have a lot of hopes for like a lot of the interfaces and stuff that will be there, that they'll just be like really aesthetically pleasing. I like space stuff a whole lot, so give me Skyrim and space. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's exciting. Starfield is super exciting. So yeah, Bottoms, Baldur's Gate, Starfield, and Poor Things.
Wow.
Right there. Within what, like 5 days or something, we'll get all of them.
8.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all bunched together. Yeah, wow.
Mhm.
Goodness.
Fuck
So
the rest of the we're getting all the great stuff early. Then MythForce comes around.
God,
ruins
MythForce just
everything.
constantly catching strays. Poor MythForce. I couldn't even call it by the right name earlier. Oh, well, that's September, and that is episode 138 of the Machine of Nonsense. We broke down everything coming to screens in September 2023. We didn't do an email on this one, but we will on the next one. And for us to pick your email, you've got to email us first at machineofnonsense@gmail.com. We want to hear from you. We've had some really good emails, and once again, I said it on the last episode, but if you want me to read your name or your email address or your screen name or anything else out, let me know, and I'll do that. Otherwise, I'm keeping it anonymous. I don't know if people want to, put that information out there, but yeah. So that's the emails. You can send us a voicemail at anchor.fm/machineofnonsense. We'd love to hear from you there. We also have the Monstars fan group. Love to hear from you there. We're on X and Instagram and Facebook. Shoot us a line. Send us a funny DM, something, anything. We'll read it on this podcast. That's it. We are getting out of here, and we're saying Starfield.
Man, just thinking about how good October is now. I'm just thinking about that. Alan Wake.
Bye.
Bye.
To me, Raiden.
It's good.
Wow, 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 wow.